Dave, a very warm welcome to Reading Football Club. I'm sure you're happy that this move's kind of come about and that we're over the line now.
Yeah, I am. It's sort of been a bit of a whirlwind the last few days, and it's a big change for me personally and for my family. I've been at Wolves for such a long time, and I wasn't really expecting it at the start of the season for this to happen, but the way the pre-season's planned out and say not being in the team, I'm just so grateful that a club of Reading size have wanted to take me on a permanent deal, and hopefully I can repay them when I get playing.
You mentioned it's been a whirlwind couple of days. I mean, how long have you been kind of aware of the interest, and how quickly has this moved?
Only the last few days, really. It has come around quite quickly, so decisions have had to be made. But when you see the way Reading played last year, they're sort of very close to getting promoted, and obviously I've played them a lot over the last few years. It was a no-brainer to me that this is a club that I was excited about joining and excited to work under the manager and obviously alongside the team players as well.
And you mentioned already, it's been a long time you've been at Wolves, almost a decade, so I'm sure there's a little bit of sadness to have to be leaving there, but hopefully a lot of excitement too with the kind of new challenges that are here at Madacey Stadium.
It is very exciting because I'm so used to my drive to work at Wolves. I'm from Shropshire, which is sort of just down the road from there, so very comfortable in the whole situation. So this is out of my comfort zone, but it's something I'm really excited about. A fresh, I probably needed a new challenge as well. Say footballers don't really hang around usually that long, and I've got to thank Wolves for everything they've done for me. But I am really excited about what this season's going to bring.
You mentioned as well, a bit about how Reading played last year. I'm sure you had to do your homework as a player as well, just make sure it will suit your style. So, what have you made of what you've seen of Reading this season and then last season?
Well, first and foremost, last year they were brilliant. I think they obviously very unfortunate not to get promoted. It's a gruelling way to lose a game of football, and so I did feel for the players when I was watching it on the telly. But this year, I really do expect obviously Reading to be right up there at the top of the league, and the ambition they have matches my ambition as well. I'm sort of coming to, I think, the best part of my career over the last couple of years when I played my best football, and I think that I can hopefully help Reading achieve their goals.
So tell us a little bit then about your style as a player then, for any of our fans who might not know about Dave as a footballer.
Hard work. I make sure I first and foremost always give my absolute maximum on the pitch, and I think that is I think teams I play for will always say that as well. But I'm quite attacking minded. I like to get in the box and try and get on the end of crosses and passes and try and get goals, but pretty much a box-to-box midfielder. I like to think I can do my defensive capabilities as well, and but my main thing is arriving in the box on time.
Yeah, well, all fans they like it when any players, any positions contribute goals, assists and things, and it looks like you've had a pretty good return last year in particular.
Yeah, it was nice. I got to 10 goals last year, which is always my target at the start of a season, and it was in also a team which, say, we didn't do particularly well over the course of the season. We finished quite low down the table, so I was happy with my return, and my contribution played a lot of football last year, a lot of games, and I say even though I'm getting old, I do feel I know my body better than ever, and I feel I'm as fit as I probably have been.
Well, that's the one thing we certainly look at, I think, because only your international teammate Chris Gunter, who's played more professional games than you have, I think, and at this club here. Yeah. I mean, to have that useful experience, I suppose, of playing championship football, it means that you bring a lot of know-how here as well. You know how what it takes to kind of win matches, if you like.
Yeah, most of my playing career has been the championship. I've been lucky enough to play in every single division, from the National League right the way up, and obviously international level as well. So, but the majority of my career has been the championship, and I know how grueling the league is. I know how tough it is, and there's games where a little bit of know-how and experience will get you over the line, and hopefully I can bring that. There's other players here like Gunts and Paul McShane who obviously know that as well, so hopefully I can just add a little bit of a calm head at times.
And you mentioned, of course, it's a big change personally. Presumably, you'll be kind of moving to the area and things. Got your family along here with you today, yeah. So there'll be, I guess that's it's a big step, and I suppose the next few weeks is all about acclimatising and getting used to your surroundings to some extent.
It will be. It's obviously this transfer window is always difficult because it's international break as well. So I'm going to be away for 10 days with Wales, but yeah, I've got my wife and my 2 children down here today, and I'm a big family man more than anything else in the world. So making sure everything's right for them is my main thing, and then obviously the football comes straight after that. But I say they support me in whatever I do, and say my children are 7 and 4, so my little boy's football mad, and he'll be delighted that he might get another football kit.
Perfect. And lastly, we're going to move on a little bit to, well, first off, you people like Chris Gunter, as you mentioned, you played international football with him, so you got a friendly face around here, and John Daddy Botharson too at Wolves. So there's a couple of lads who are kind of making sure that you know your way around and giving little bits of advice about this club. Yeah,
it's always nice when you join a new club that you do know a few familiar faces. It's always daunting walking through the front door and not knowing anyone. So hopefully they'll help me out. Obviously I know Guns. I played with Guns since I was probably 18, 19 years old. So I played a lot of football with Guns. And then John Daddy, he signed last year, and I got on really well with John, and we became quite close as friends. So it is also nice that we can meet up again. And he was Jack, my little boy's favourite player at Wolves, so he was gutted when he left, but he's obviously delighted now that he's going to get to see him again.
That's good news for him. And of course, before you put on a Reading shirt, you're probably going to put on a Wales shirt. You're away for international duties, you mentioned, so it's crunch time, really, isn't it, for Wales? It's some really, really important matches coming up.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge, these next 2 games, and it's going to determine where we're going to finish up in the group, really. And well, if we don't get the results, then the World Cup campaign's pretty much over. So we've got a tough game against Austria, and obviously it's always difficult going away to teams like Moldova as well. So it's going to be tough. But if we can go there and get the 6 points, it's going to set us up for a thrilling end to the campaign, and hopefully we can get those points on board, and it'll be great for Wales to get to another major tournament.
The expectation level's really risen, hasn't it, because of what was achieved last summer, but that can only be a good thing, and it's nice to have those high standards, I suppose, for your country.
It is, and it's great to see the people of Wales, how much they've bought into it, and just seeing the scenes when we came back from France in the summer and seeing all the people in Cardiff. It was something I never thought I would see in my days in a Wales shirt. So it's amazing that we've sort of changing the way football's played in Wales, if you like, and getting so many young kids into it. But this campaign's been a little bit stop-start. We've had a lot of draws, but in all those games, obviously bar one, we've been leading, and it's just been disappointing to give away late goals. But so we're still very much in the group.
I wish you the best luck for those, and we look forward to seeing you in the blue and white shirt as well.
Cheers, thank you very much.